Hi, I'm Steph Palermo, and I know you hear me talking about feeling groovy and doing groovy things and having fun and enjoying your life. But what does that actually mean when you have to wake up every day to an ever-growing list of to-dos? And then, of course, there's those shoulds. I should meditate. I should get on a diet. I should go to yoga. I should rest. I should do all these things to feel good. I should travel. Well, I'm offering you a chance to actually feel and embody what groovy is, what feeling amazing is. Join me in Terracini, Sicily. You will not regret it. We are going to have an amazing time, and you will actually feel what living really is, what knowing your purpose is. And you'll be able to take that back, not in a list of to-dos, but in how you feel. So I'll see you there in Terracini, Sicily. Don't miss it. This is the Just Steph Show, and I'm your host, Steph Palermo, your Italian Boston girl who's an empath, healer, and all-around seeker of wisdom. Tune in weekly for advice on how to live your best life at work, home, or play so you can feel groovy every day. Hey, I'm back. Are you guys totally sick of me? I've been here all day and all week, but I know you're not sick of our speakers because they are amazing. And one as amazing as the next. But first, if you have any questions about, and if you're on the fence about coming to Sicily with me for this Soul Journey Retreat, message me, steph@juststeph.com, and you can send me an email and we can jump on a call. We can talk and I can tell you all about it. And I promise you, I do not want anybody working with me that doesn't really want to be there. So I am not going to be selling you something you don't need or want. So I would be happy to jump on a call with you and explain to you everything that we're doing in Sicily and how it can make a major difference and transform your life. So we are continuing this afternoon with the Divine Self Summit speaker interviews. And I've been chatting with so many amazing people. We have 20 experts who will be speaking all week long, June 21st through the 25th, and bringing you topics related to mind, body, spirit, abundance, and relationships in the community. So this is a week-long event that I'm actually part of the core team, which is amazing. I'm so honored to be part of such a fantastic group of intuitives. And I think, I get to be part of, this group. They're all healers and intuitives and mediums and psychics. And I thought, wow, this is such an experience for me. And I know it will be even more of an experience for you as the audience. So you want to check out the divineselfsummit.com and get on the waiting list. And the tickets will go on sale next week. So definitely get on the waiting list where we already have sponsors and we are getting it all together. So these interviews that I'm conducting here are meant to give you a small taste of what you will get that week. And so you have a little sneak preview of the amazingness coming to you June 21st through the 25th. So with that said, my guest today is the gorgeous Jenna Rose, who is a spiritual business coach, psychic medium, and master energy healer. And we're going to talk to her about her journey. So I don't want to read all this because I know she's going to tell us about it, but she's been developing her gifts since she was very young, and let's hear from her personally. So, hey.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, Steph.
How are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good. So I'm so excited to have you on here. It's, everybody, there's a lot of psychic mediums and healers in this amazing group of speakers. Yet every single one of us is so unique, which means we each touch different people, and we're all coming together to share our knowledge, our wisdom, our gifts with those seeking clarity on their soul's journey and healing as well. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here today.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here. I'm really excited to be a part of this summit and talk about all the fun things today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, talk to me. How old were you when you started to realize, there was more to life than what we see?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised in the Christian faith. So I was always raised to, believe in God. And obviously, there was a lot of, I was raised a certain way, that there was a certain way to believe in God and a certain way to access God and things like that. So I was always I felt like a spiritual foundation. But I
Mm-hmm.
would say that life really changed for me when I turned 17. So I'm 28 now. 7 years ago, I had some really hard things happening in my life, and it really changed my whole perspective. And I kind of threw away, I guess I would say, how I was raised, or I would say threw it up in the air and just started following my intuition, started having mentors come in and teaching me another way of really understanding life. And through that, through those really hard journey, I can share more about in a little bit here, I really started to see and understand that I had some very deep giftings and some intuitive giftings that I didn't even realize was maybe not normal,
Mm-hmm.
because I always was that way. And so I got into healing, natural healing, and that helped my intuitive giftings as well. And I would say, really, within the last couple of years, I've stepped into it even further, because with starting my business and I really, putting it out in a public way that I have these giftings has really accelerated them as well. But a long answer to say that about 11 years ago, everything really changed for me, and my current spiritual journey really started.
So, talk to us about those events, the
Yeah.
the healing, the self healing.
Yeah. Well, as cliche as this sounds, it makes me laugh when I think about it now. My first love broke up with me. And, now it's like, okay, we live and learn. But at 17, that was devastating to me. I had dropped out of school as well. Not because of that, but I had that happen. I had dropped out of school because I also had some really hard health issues happening as well. So I started developing chronic stomach issues, and I always had struggled with my weight at that time. I was, a couple years after that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. I also had a lot of, I had some hospitalizations and an emergency surgery, and then a bigger surgery to correct the problem. I had some big kidney
Excuse me.
issues.
What
Oh,
is
sorry.
PCOS? What is that?
Yeah, polycystic ovarian
Okay.
syndrome, which is the hormonal disease. Yeah, very more common hormonal disease. So I had a lot. So I had that heartache happening. And then I was raised, that certain way, right? I was raised very Christian. I was raised, I was very much the good child. I did everything right. I graduated high school early. I went off to college, and I just did, but I was always doing the right thing. And I kind of rejected doing the right thing at that time in my life. So I had the heartbreak, and then I started having all these health issues, right? And so that was really what catapulted, I would say, my spiritual journey. For many years, was my health issues, because
Yeah.
it developed into more things after that. Now, I guess I would also add in there too that as I kind of walked away from how I was raised, and went on my own path, I definitely developed some traumas. I mean, it sounds so cliche when I talk about it, Steph, but it's, partying and doing sexual trauma happening, and developed a whole host of things like that. And that was really hard, but a lot of learning that I had to go through as well. So we've got, body trauma there. I had love trauma, I guess, sexual trauma, like religious trauma. I mean, I just all kind of came to a head at that time in my life.
So, do you believe that the body breaks down?
I don't actually. I did for a long time. I feel like it can be easy to understand why we do believe that. I think we're taught that. We're really taught that we can't trust our bodies. We're taught that we can't trust them because they break down, because they don't work right, or because they don't look how we think that they should look, right? And through my years of experience, I had a lot of issues with my weight and really struggled with how I looked, which then led into, I had all these health issues, and unofficially got diagnosed with Lyme's disease through a bunch of natural practitioners. It was years and years and years of really fighting this belief system that my body was breaking down. And what I noticed as I worked in this health clinic and I was healing my own self is that the biggest thing that people's health issues is connected to is our, what do I want to say, limiting beliefs, our past traumas, and the emotions that we carry in our body. And instead of looking at the body as, yeah, it breaks down and we can't trust it, I've really come to understand that our bodies are maps. They're really a map to the soul, the language of the soul. And if we do have health issues, that's because your body is trying to get you to wake up and realize that you're not aligned to your soul's purpose in your life. And that's really what I believe about our bodies.
So I'm going to ask you this because I'm sure that anyone listening to this, I've heard you say a couple of times, you talked about having a weight issue. How did you sort of manifest that away? Did you do anything to help with the weight, or talk to me?
Yeah. Well, my whole childhood I had a weight issue, and then when I started to get sick, my weight really went up. I got really obsessed with undereating, over exercising, which led to me overeating and gaining about 40 pounds in 6 months because I was binging so badly.
Right.
So I had to take a step back, and what I started to do to change that was really shifted and my understanding of weight, because I think we have this belief that, we can manipulate our weight. But I understand now that our weight is a byproduct of the health in our body. And then if our bodies are holding on to weight despite our habits, there's a reason for it. So I really had to step back because I didn't know how to eat anymore. I didn't know how to treat my body after going through all of that. And I really went to a health practitioner, and had her guide me. And I focused more on healing my body, and weight loss was a byproduct of that, and still is a byproduct of that. And I truly believe that genuine, real weight loss, we can't force it. We have to really work with the body instead of forcing the body to be or look a certain way. So I did I manifest it away? I don't know if I think that, but I shifted my perspective on it.
Well, the mindset is important. You need the proper mindset. So there it is. So what day are you speaking on during the summit? No, you're with me. We're talking about you're with me on Thursday. So that's right. So so how will you relate, because you're talking about the body's connection to the soul and how to use it as a guide to living in an authentic spirit-led life. That's what your topic is. And how does that relate to abundance for the days long? That's the day's topic.
Right. Well, again, with our body being kind of a map for the soul, speaking the language of the soul. So whether we're having health issues or we're not, we can feel into our bodies as a way to tap into our intuition. I'm sure you know that, where the intuition doesn't speak here, it speaks here. So there's that aspect of it. And then understanding that when our bodies experiencing health issues, that there's deeper beliefs that we're holding on to that aren't in alignment. And to me, you're either in alignment or you're not. And alignment is abundance, right? Like being in your soul's purpose, being in the flow with life is abundance, versus force and resistance, which is dis-ease within the body, right? Disease is dis-ease. And that's how that manifests. So to me, that's how our bodies and connecting with our bodies really connects to what it means to be abundant in our lives. And I truly believe that when we live in that place of flow, our bodies get healthier and our lives get better, right? Our business owners, or if we're, this can translate into everything. People think of money when they think of abundance. It can think of money, but it can be in our relationships. It can be with how we view ourselves.
So you're a spiritual business coach, which is that's a little bit different from what we've heard all week. So how does that, how do you use your gifts, your psychic medium and master energy healer? How do you take that into somebody who wants to grow their business?
Right, right. Well, everybody needs healing, right? Every single human being on this planet needs healing.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurs need healing. And that's really why spiritual business coaching, because what I saw out there and what I was experiencing as I was growing my own business is everybody is out there grasping at straws to try to find the fast way to abundance or the fast way to be successful or what they're missing, what they're searching for, right? I mean, I feel like that's so very common. And so what I saw was all these disempowered entrepreneurs that are just, they don't even know where they're going. They're like spinning their wheels. And then I see all these other entrepreneurs, let's say business coaches that are like, follow what I do. And if you follow what I do, then you're going to be successful like me. What happens if that doesn't happen, right? So how I bridge that gap is really understanding that you don't have to grow your business alone. You can grow it with spirit. You can grow it with your soul's purpose, and your business is an aspect of your soul's purpose. And so I really bring in those deeper healing layers and understanding how to release those limiting beliefs and emotions that might be blocking the entrepreneurs from really being successful in the way they desire, but then also helping them build relationship with spirit. Right? In relationship with spirit, everything in life, we don't have to do life alone. Like we don't have as much pressure on ourselves because we can trust that it's perfect, even if it's not what we want it to be. So it's kind of a two-parter in there, right? We're doing the deeper healing work, but then you're developing the trust and you're developing the surrender, and you're not hustling to grow your business. And that's how I bring that into the business world.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that it teaches you to work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people don't realize that when you are aligned, it's like floating downstream instead of swimming upstream.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and I think too, people might think, oh, what does the universe, what does God care about what I do for work? And spirit cares about every aspect of you. And because that's
Right.
why you came into this time, space, reality with a purpose.
Right. I mean, what we do for work is an expression of who we are. Right. And
Exactly.
so spirit cares about who we are. Of course, they're going to care about what we do. And I got this download this morning, Steph, and it was reawakening the feminine way of doing business. And I think that goes into this, right? I know, right? It's like really juicy because there's a business is very masculine. It's taught in a masculine way. You go out, you get clients, you make money, you hustle, you do all the things, you show up in every place, and that's how you be successful. What if you don't want to do that? What if you don't want to hustle? What if you don't want to show up on every platform? What if you don't? I teach my clients it's not about making money; it's about receiving it. About receiving the money, receive the
Right.
business. Completely different shift, because so many people they know that deep down. They know that they don't want to do those other things, but they're too afraid to break free from that and step into what their intuition is saying to them.
Yeah, I can never. I cannot. I cannot stand those launches. I just can't. I hate it. And I had somebody try to sell me some. I don't know what it was. Some digital stuff that they want. And I said to them, I go, listen, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. I don't want to do it. I hate it. I just want to serve. I
Right.
just want to serve my clients. I don't want to have to deal with this stuff. I don't want to talk I was like, no. So, I mean, that's the difference. You don't want, the way everybody's been doing it doesn't necessarily have to be your way.
Exactly.
You
Like
know?
I agree. And I learned so much. I've learned so much in the past, and my gosh, I've hired so many business coaches because I want to see what their perspectives are. Right. And, you know, it's not a one size fits all. I do teach business strategy because I think it does matter to have a solid strategy that
Right.
works for you. But if you don't believe in your strategy, or if you're just implementing your business strategy just because you think that's how you're going to grow your business, you're missing a piece, the biggest piece of the puzzle. So we're not all the same, and we have to follow our intuition in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree because, just because everybody else is doing it this way and they're all saying, oh, get into my mastermind. And I'm going, what is that? Like, what are you the mastermind, or what is this? And so
Right.
I'm like, I think it's just all it is just a bunch of fluff to get you to buy something,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And so and I'm just like, okay, well, I don't care, and I'm not going to do this. Like, I'm not going to do this to my prospective clients. I just want to help you. And
Right.
that's it. So I totally get what you're saying. It's and my mother always said, I don't know where you're from, Jenna, but here in Boston, there's a bridge it's called the Tobin Bridge.
Mhm.
And when you say, well, everyone's doing it, my mother would say, well, if everybody was jumping off the Tobin Bridge, would you be doing it? So, it's the same
Yeah.
thing, just because that's what they're doing doesn't mean it's, you have to do that. You have to do that too, because you might be holding hands and jumping in
Right.
from a very high up bridge. So, I really appreciate that. So, how can everybody find you?
Yeah. So I have a Facebook group called Abundant Female Entrepreneurs. I also have a website, jennarose.podia.com. And those are the main places I work because I don't do all the platforms. So you can find me in my Facebook group. You can add me online or on Facebook at Jenna Cruikshanks, or you can go to my website to see what I'm doing, what I'm offering.
So you know what? When we're off here and you go to where this video is streaming, you can put everything in the comments. Please
Perfect.
do, and then people will be able to find you that way. And that's it. So I'm thrilled that you're on my team for Thursday, the 24th of June, the
Yeah.
Abundance team, and it's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be transformational week.
Absolutely.
And I'm just so thrilled about the whole project. And it's been a learning experience for me because I've been solo, and to be
Hmm.
part of a team, and it's been really a great experience. And I think that audiences will have so much to take home, to digest, after this week long of 20 amazing experts. So,
Right.
but I would love to have you back on sometime, not about the summit, but to talk about maybe more of what you do and your psychic medium portion of the biz, and all of that, because I love that stuff. So it's
Yeah, I would love that.
fun.
We could
So
talk about that all day long, right, Steph? I
yeah,
definitely could.
totally. Totally. So, okay, honey. Well, listen, it's been great having you here, and I'll see you in June. So, everybody else, take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart and love always. Know I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. I love you. I do.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Just Steph Show. I really care about you, your happiness, and helping you make great choices for your life. So tune in next week for more wisdom from me. In the meantime, follow me on my Just Steph Facebook page, on Twitter at Steph Palermo. My Instagram account is JustSteph1, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Steph Palermo. See